Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're all doing great. Now, if you didn't know already, I really enjoy B-movies. I think they can bring some elements of the unknown to them. They can sometimes deliver some surprising performances or even display some unique film techniques. The problem is, though, they are often B-movies for a reason, and routinely they will fail to entertain. So does this new crime drama Arsenal deliver a rewarding experience? Let's talk about it.
Is it true what I heard? You bought some coke and you wanted to flip it?
What do you want me to say?
So you're a drug dealer now.
Where's my coke? Where is it?
Arsenal stars Adrian Grenier, Johnathon, Schaech, Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and is directed by Stephen C. Miller. And the story in this one follows a pair of brothers who really only had each other growing up. The older brother, Mikey, seems to just be unable to get out of his own way, really, has found himself in trouble routinely throughout his career as a petty criminal. The younger brother, JP, has a wife and a kid, owns his own construction business, and he has his life on track. And when Mikey is kidnapped by a local mobster, little brother JP must piece together some ransom money, risk his life and the safety of his own family to save his older brother that was much more like a father to him. Now, on paper, this is a solid cast, regardless of whether or not Cage and Cusack have lived in the direct-to-video category for the better half of a decade. There was still some hope that they could make this a fun movie to watch. And I'm aware that big names in films like these will most likely be glorified cameos or small side characters at best, but with the additions of Grenier and Schaech, it still shows some potential. Grenier has made a name for himself in Entourage over the past years. Schaech has played several solid characters on endless amounts of television shows. So despite the routine storyline, I was interested in what this movie would deliver. And in the end, the result of this movie was just a mundane, completely forgettable crime drama, one that took many other pieces from other films and basically slapped them into one honestly laughable story. Now, this movie wasn't completely horrible. The story was one that has been done to no end, but the performances of Grenier and Schaech carried the runtime as much as possible. The problem was it just told an overly normal story with a been there, done that tone and plot, but then it splashes in these odd moments that just make it look like something that was trying to be way over the top or extremely stylized. The film would progress normally, and then when a gunfight or a fist fight would start up, the frame rate would drop significantly, working in slow motion bullet strikes like we've seen in Dread or just many other movies before. It would oversaturate the colors of these scenes, and the result was just a distracting combination. And to muddle these moments up even further, they upped the ante of excess with these massive amounts of exaggerated blood and a musical score that tried to be imposing or eerie with its tone that only resulted in scenes that just screamed, "I'm trying too hard." No, I don't recommend it, but if you want to be a career criminal, be one in Biloxi, Mississippi. Apparently there are no cops there, something this script just routinely forces on you to account for the lack of any real law enforcement of any kind, except for John Cusack's character, who was the only cop in this movie according to the badge he had on, but he had no backdrop, he did no police work other than really protecting and serving as this story's exposition machine and kind of looking like a burnt out Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice. But I am not kidding, there were no cops anywhere to be found as people are walking around in public with guns, having car chases in public, destroying property, which was usually capped off in the following scenes where someone would mumble, "The cops aren't going to do shit, you're on your own."
What do I do? You gotta face it. The police aren't gonna help you here. The cops aren't gonna stop it. Somebody has to. Look at me. Are you lying to me?
Which also means we couldn't afford a cop car in the budget. Now, as for Nicolas Cage, who in this one was more like a demented matador with a bad nose job, it looked like he was trying to create an eccentric personality, but in the end, it was just nothing more than laughable. As for the story, it wasn't horrible. This is not very ambitious at all. It follows all the routine stops in the genre. It's plagued with a couple large plot holes, and in the end, I'll give Arsenal a D+. This was just not a very good movie. It lacked any creativity of its own and any of the substance needed to really make it a compelling story. Also, it tries to incorporate some handheld camera techniques at times that were just not very well done, which is actually unfortunate because there were a couple solid performances from Adrian Grenier and Johnathon Schaech, and they will be overlooked into just a bad B movie. And that's my review of Arsenal, guys. It's not a very recommendable movie unless you want to watch something while you're, I don't know, cleaning out your email inbox or taking a nap. But if you saw this one, let me know what you thought of it. Also, drop this review a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you always catch the new reviews. As always, guys, I'm Anthony. Thank you so much for watching. This is the SilverScreen Analysis, and I'll see you at the movies.